Okay, so today what we're going to speak about is delegation. We're just going to focus on that and what are the things you need to look out for? What are the things you need to be doing? So the first step is, if you're going to delegate something, you've got to have a certain level of assurance that the work that gets done is going to be of a certain quality. It's going to perform at a certain level, at a minimum to the level that you were doing it, because why would you get someone else to do it at a lower level, right? If you can do it yourself and do a really great job, and then you hire someone else and they do a poor job, you're going to get a little bit upset, to say the least. And then, you know, it's going to cause you more time to redo the work, and it's going to possibly have further implications of, you know, reputation, lost reputation, and so forth. So you've got to really stay focused on that delegation process and do it to a, you know, just follow a few simple steps. So the first step is, when you're finding someone, let's say you go out and you've got go to Upwork or Fiverr or one of those job boards to outsource some regular work. So let's say it is, I don't know, doing your bookkeeping. And the first thing I would check is check the ratings. If they've got 1,000 ratings and it's all around 4.9 or above, or 4.8 and above, you can probably be sure this person knows what they're doing and they're going to do a good job. Check the response time as well. If you want fast response times, generally, I think it's on Fiverr, it tells you how quickly they respond. So if you want someone who's responds within half an hour and theirs says every, you know, 2 to 3 hours, then you might be disappointed in terms of the communications you get from that person. So know in advance what you're going to get, and that is one of the easiest ways of finding out is through reviews. I generally look for people who've got about 1,000 reviews or more. If I find someone who's got less reviews, then I have a certain, you know, I know in my mind, well, I may need to train this person up. It doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person, or you know, that their work is not going to be of a high quality, but it generally means they're just starting out. So you're going to have to spend a little bit of time with them. So you might pay them less, but you're going to be paying more in terms of your time and being able to mentor them and so forth. So know what you're going to get into. If that's not, if that's something you don't have time for, don't do it. You know, don't waste that person's time. Don't get involved, and you're going to get upset, and it's going to just emotionally drain you and so forth. So know what you're getting. Check out the reviews, the response times, and their quality of work. The second thing you could do is, if you're not going through one of the websites, you could ask for people you know who you do work with, or your business network, and they may know someone. So through referrals, you might find someone who can help you to do the task. And the thing is that there's a double-edged sword, right? They may give a great referral because they want to help someone out, or they may be giving a great referral because they're actually good. So you've got to, again, take a little bit with a grain of salt here. So you have to test them out. So go through referrals. Obviously, if you trust the person that's referring it, it's generally likely that they're going to give a great referral, only if that person is doing quality work. The third thing you can do is really, I mentioned it just before, is to test that person out. So before you give something that's going to really impact your reputation, or it's going to impact your business in a negative way if things go belly up, is to give them a small piece of work. Remember, when you're starting to work with people, it's small commitments. See if they can keep those small commitments, and if they can keep those small commitments, every time you give it, it's more than likely they're able to, you know, they'll be able to keep those big commitments where you don't have to manage them. You can just put it out, and you know you'll get you know you'll get that work back at a quality level. So start with small commitments and start with pieces of work that you're not going to be impacted greatly. So that means when you're actually starting with someone, whether they've got a great review rate or not, is to start early, start the process early. So give in a good month, 2-month lead-in time if you can, unless you're really strapped and you need it done fast, which is sometimes the case. But have about a month or two buffer to test them out. Give them small pieces of work that you do, but you're not really concerned about the outcome. You know, you're not. If it goes really wrong, you're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you might have spent $20 or $30, but it's not going to be more of a cost than that. So you can write that off as experience on how you're going to manage other people that come your way. So that's the third thing you can do. You really test them out in advance. And finally, what I'll say is have a bit of fun. You know, the people you start to delegate stuff to will eventually become a part of your family, in the sense your company family or your work family, because you do regular work with them if you work well together. More than likely, you know, when I've had a bit of experience in this, and I can kind of sense how they're going to be. So I generally don't take on people anymore that it's not going to work. I just kind of draw the line fairly early. But initially, you may have a few people who drop out because you're just getting to know how to work with people, especially in terms of delegation. So it's more likely these people will become part of your work family. So treat them well, reward them, give them bonuses when you can. Don't hold back. You know, if you get paid a huge amount of money for something you've paid very little for to get done because of the exchange rate, it's a great idea to give them a bonus and really reward them. You know, show them how much value you can add through your relationship with them. So keep that in mind. What I will say is, in a closing remark, is as you go through, create a process that you follow in terms of delegation. Write a workbook, you know, write down some notes, your experiences, the challenges you have, so you can reflect on those and improve on it as you get better and better at this delegation process in the move towards systemizing and automating and freeing up more of your time. So hope you got some great tips from that. Start to apply it, and I'll catch you next time.